The LA Philharmonic had a bit of a situation happen. It's a little bit filthy, but let's watch anyway. Concertgoers said this loud full body orgasm apparently while at the LA Phil played their Tchaikovsky's Fifth. A full body orgasm? Is that what these things are doing now? The sound was apparently so loud that it disrupted the audience, but this is the sound that apparently these folks heard. Please understand that if you're at work, this could be a little bit odd. It sounds odd. It sounds like what someone called a full body orgasm, which I'm not sure how you can tell that type of description off of a general quick 2-second sound, but that's the word that was going around. And no, it wasn't just heard by one person to come up with the description. Other folks heard it and they had different explanations. There's one particular tweeter here, Magnus Fiends, said, went to see LA Phil play Thomas, I don't know any of these, last night. A woman in the audience had a loud and full body orgasm during the 5th second movement. During the second movement or the third. Band politely carried on. Props to LA Phil and Peter Illich for bringing it on. Rodrigo was not very happy about that. He said, I was there. This is not what happened. The poor woman had a breakdown of some sort. Speaking to Ilham after the concert, we're friends since our time together at U of M. And we were all worried it was a medical emergency. Please have some more respect. Now you feel bad for even pointing out what it is that you think that you heard. So respectfully, Magnus responded back. I ran all possible scenarios. Tourette's even was in close proximity and had no less than 8 other friends coincidentally attending. All had reached a similar conclusion. She remained for the rest of the show. Her demeanor was in evidence. My corroborated take is merely an observation. Respect, according to Magnus, has been maintained. One more part, though, Jess, before you give us your conclusions based off of the sound, which, of course, we're going to listen to again. Someone has said that she is doing just okay, so maybe it wasn't a medical emergency. One person said, I saw the girl after it had happened, and I assumed that she had an orgasm because she was heavily breathing, and her partner was smiling and looking at her, like in an effort to not shame her. That's what some guy named Grant said, who works for a jewelry company and lives in Los Feliz. He says, this is the best part. He said it was quite beautiful, actually.
That guy's a freak. Yeah. What? Are you kidding me? Listen, that's the last thing you expect at the Tchaikovsky show.
Sorry, Tchaikovsky, I messed up the name.
The fact that we're saying it was either a full body orgasm or a medical emergency tells us everything we need to know about how much men know about women's pleasure in our society, which is not very much, unfortunately. The sound reminds me of, remember when they were like, we've recreated from a mummy's throat the sound of yeah, and it sounds kind of like this sound. I don't know.
They did find recently some ancient, what they assumed was a pleasure toy. So, hey, it all matched. Remember that?
No.
No, they found like a phallic-shaped object, and they said it was ancient. I forget which area they found this in. And some researchers and historians were like, this could have potentially been a sexual pleasure tool that was used, one of the original versions of, I guess, more complicated and more vigorous versions of that one before. So it's an age-old thing. You know, folks have been doing this for a while, but this is something else that I think escaped a lot of people's possibilities for what it was. Do you have an idea, Em? I feel like she might have an idea. I see her waving her hand at me. I think one of these possibly was she kicked something, stubbed a toe. I want to keep this all in mind because we are going to replay it. She either kicked something, stubbed her toe, slammed something. There was a time when I was in college, back to another college story, I fell asleep in this auditorium style class, and the desks were those little ones that you barely can get up past. I fell asleep and I was slumped back, and for some reason I just snapped awake and I jumped and my knee slammed the bottom of the desk. It was the loudest, most echo sound ever. And I was like, your head gets hot and everybody's like, what the hell is going on? Maybe she fell asleep. Maybe it was boring to her. It was the exact opposite of it. And she woke up in a fit, or she just kicked something and it hurt. Keep all that in mind as we listen again.
It kind of sounds like pain to me. It sounds
Pain,
like
right?
pain. Yeah. I'm not a doctor, but like that's what it sounds like.